Now we're cooking. Okay, ZCON 2018 with Vernon Seymour and his 76 Datsun 280Z. Vernon, take it away, buddy.
Well, so I'm the third owner of this car.
Okay.
I've owned it for 28 years.
Wow.
Bought it in 1990.
Okay.
And just actually relocated the title the other day. That proves that point.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Nevertheless, the car has been, repainted obviously over the years. Went with another Nissan color on it, but a Nissan bright white versus the original polar white.
Okay.
Keeping it in the Nissan family. The engine has 194,000 miles on it. We've never been into the engine yet to actually do any work on it.
Okay.
It probably will get pulled one of these years whenever I add another 10 or 20 or 100,000 on it.
Yeah, when it needs it.
When it needs it. But other than that, it's still kicking along and doing just fine.
And everything looks like it's in really good shape too, with the plumbing for the plastic and that kind of thing. It's worn, it's fared really well.
It really has, and not only that, but what you're seeing here, because the engine has never been pulled on it, nothing has been rerouted, nothing has been jiggered with, nothing else.
Wow.
It is, all in its original configuration. And unfortunately, I say that because I probably should get rid of it. Some of the original pressure hoses are still there, so that's not a good thing.
Sometimes, maybe some vacuum or things can get interesting. So it's an N42 block and an N42 head too.
Yes.
Beautiful. Excuse me, sorry. Okay.
So as I say, I've had the car 28 years. Bought it from a friend of mine several years ago, about 28 years ago.
Okay.
And
you're the second owner or the third?
Third owner.
Third owner of the car. Okay.
The original owner of the car came out of Texas.
Okay.
It was purchased in 1976. The original owner had to wait for it, but specifically was looking for a white car.
Okay.
And at about that time, we still had 6 months. The dealer over at the guy that bought it was in Midland, Texas.
Okay.
But it actually came out of El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
Midland dealer is one dealer in El Paso. So the delivery on this car indicates it had, I think it was 112 or 128 something miles.
Okay.
But slightly over 100 because that was the drive from El Paso to Midland.
Okay, to deliver it.
The dealer in Midland had a black car, which in Texas we didn't like black cars.
Yeah,
Don't
can't
like
imagine
black
why.
Cars, a little warm down there.
Yeah.
So we basically turned around and he swapped it out for the white one. That he got what he wanted and so forth.
Okay. And the interior's in really good shape too, and all of these panels are the original panels, right?
These are the original panels.
Okay.
Pardon my
No.
my things here. It's just there
So we
to
polish
keep,
the babies with.
Yeah, exactly. It's just to keep the garbage off the mats.
Those panels are in such good shape, nice and clean, and the wear, you really can't, there's no wear on it.
And these are the original panels. They're not reproductions, nothing else with it. I did have to do some fancy work to get the foil back on the trim here.
Okay.
But aluminum duct tape works really well.
There you go. Hey, apparently, duct tape, 1,000,001 uses and counting.
That's right.
Yeah. And is that that's the original radio too in there?
That is the original radio.
I love that.
Still working.
It's got the switch for the antenna too, huh?
Exactly. The antenna works.
Yeah.
It is powered up.
There you go.
You can see everything. Exactly.
That was back when you could listen to more than just conservative talk radio on AM, right?
Exactly. And so this, this particular car, anything that has been replaced on it has been replaced in like kind.
Okay.
So to maintain that stock originality.
Period correct.
It is period correct. Probably the only thing that is not period correct in this is these particular floor mats, which came from Motorsport Auto to keep the trash out.
Well, they take care of us,
They
take care
do.
of the first-gen owners.
And I do have quite a few things in the hatch area, but as you can see on the columns, on the everything, the vinyl is exactly what
it's worn really well.
Yes.
With the heat that normally just cracks
it just eats it up.
Really hard on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, beautiful. Steering wheel. You got
Original steering wheel, original
Man.
pad.
a wrap on that is fantastic. It feels really good.
And I put that on there 28 years ago, right after I bought the car, because I had already seen some Z's at the time where the steering wheel padding was going on it, so it just made more sense to get a nice leather wrap and put it on there, and it's been on there ever since. So.
Wow. Okay. And now you're living in Wisconsin, so it gets garaged, right?
It does get garaged, especially in the wintertime.
Oh, I can imagine.
This car
all
goes
9
in
months of it.
all maybe 10 months of winter.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Exactly. But no, it isn't. It is more now, I hate to put it this way, but it's more of a garage queen now than it is a daily driver, which it was 28 years ago. This is the way I went to work every day.
Wow.
You know, like most people that had cars at that era. So I've maintained it, corrected things over the years. It goes to shows. It comes out in the springtime and through the summer for weekend drives, cruises, etc.
Yeah. So tell me, you got a favorite road, or favorite story with the car? A road trip with the boss? She's walking around here.
Well, the interesting thing, I guess, back in the day, as I say, this car was driven all over the U.S.
Yeah.
Living in Dallas at the time, I had family living in Phoenix, and so this car made several trips between Dallas and Phoenix over I-30 and I-20, headed west. And I suppose that one of the biggest things, the only time I ever did this, was to get this thing up to 120 miles an hour on Interstate 20.
Wow.
Probably not the smartest thing at the time, because it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and there could have been some creature on the road or whatever else. But Z's are a little bit notorious for their aerodynamic shape, getting a little bit of lift out of the front whenever you get up to speed. This was no exception to it. Once upon a time, I had a second Z, and it had an air dam, and I recommend them to keep that car on the road. But this one is, as I say, all stock. I'm not making any changes to it. But it has driven definitely all over the U.S. and just a lot of fun to drive. It rides like a sports car. It is a sports car. You know that you're in a sports car. It's not a luxury cruiser of any type. So you do feel it, but it's just a hell of a lot of fun to drive and to ride in.
And Vernon, we got a great story from yesterday's mountain cruise, right? The guy who was in the 370 behind us.
Yes.
Behind you, what'd he say?
Well, a couple of things. One, we about asphyxiated him, I think. So that engine, it maybe is getting a little tired. But above and beyond that, we actually did capture some video too.
Good.
Of this car running. So I'm looking forward to getting that and just seeing what it looks like.
That's it. That's part of the experience and what makes driving the old cars. That's what really does it.
Yep, it is. And it was a very good cruise yesterday. A lot of winding turns, everything. We're on the long course, as it were. And it really showed the capabilities of this car as well as yours and others. I mean, you're having to interact with the car, with the road, doing something, and that's important, I think, for these old cars to get out and feel like they're back in their element. So.
50-year-old cars, and as we heard from Matsuo-san, 60-year-old technology.
Exactly. And it still works.
There you go. Most important thing.
Most important thing, it still works.
Vernon, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you much.
ZCON 2018.